everybody. Sorry, I'm getting I'm a little off kilter. But we're good now. I'm good. Pulling up my chat too. Um oh. Oh gosh, I thought I was monitoring something on my How's everybody doing on Monday? I'm in a rare form. I actually had the day off of work today, which was great. It's always nice to have the day off of work. I feel so much better. I was feeling super burnt out from work and stuff, so I had a nice long weekend. I had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, today off, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna be playing some Ace Attorney Investigations tonight. I also haven't put my headphones on, so pardon me in there. I'm in my nice fun rainbow PJs, so I'm like nice and comfy, and it's bright and vibrant, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good. I hope you guys are feeling good too. I've been trying to get some stuff together over this weekend where I've had some time off to not just like get my life in order. Like I've been definitely super productive in terms of I've washed my dishes, like really washed them, and I've been doing laundry, and I did some just like clerical stuff. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good, and I am super pumped to play some more Ace Attorney Investigations tonight. I've got some fun stuff in the works for October, so you guys could keep your eyes posted for those. And I'm sorry that I'm running a little bit late, but I am ready to go. So let's just like not waste any more time and jump right into the where we left off with our adventure. I don't know how loud this is gonna be. It's hard to tell because it's currently silent. All right, so this was like the big moment. We were going up against the PIC, the Prosecutor Investigation Committee, whatnot, what have you. And we were going up against Justine. Sorry, let me open I have a nice large sparkling water beverage, peach flavor, caffeine free, because I don't need any more caffeine today. I've had a lot of caffeine today. Oh Lord, have I had a lot of caffeine today. Edgeworth's contradiction. Oh, we're jumping real right into it. I don't even remember where we were last time. I mean, I literally just explained where we were last time, but I mean, like, I gotta get my brain in the Ace Attorney mode so I can actually actively solve this mystery. All right. When the body was found, there were 3 wounds on Miss Crane's chest. I'm sure you're well aware what kind of wounds these were, right? Yes, she was stabbed in the heart with a 3-pronged candelabra. Is there any person who could survive such an injury? Okay, this sparkling water is giving me trouble. Okay, ow. I had to like put my sleeve on it because it hurt my hand. All right, take a sip. Hydration is important. Okay, I'm sorry. Is there any person who could survive such an injury? Please take a close look at the autopsy report. Can you still say the same thing after reading it? Ah, yes. Oh shit! No, I was in the middle of. Damn it! What did he say? Like, well done, Justine. Is there a knock at my door? Anywho. Anyway. I will offer a rebuttal, of course. Why would you do that? Didn't you hear what Justine just said? Of course I did. I still plan to object to it. It's not fair! You're always opposing me at every turn. What a little baby. What a little baby he is. It was never my intention to oppose you. Edgeworth. Bruh, we oppose him all the time. What are you talking about? Really? It's simply not worth my time. I see. So that's how it is. Yep. After all, I'm... It's enough, you know. You're embarrassing your father, you see. Oh, God. Whew. I gotta get into voice mode. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to... Give me a few warm-up rounds, because it's a lot. Huh? What do you mean, Pops? Aha. And now, here we go. Okay, yes. Hold it. Oh my God, I just saw my health. Holy shit. Ooh. I feel like I should save. I'm gonna just save right here before I get into any... This is like end game stuff too, so like I know that the interrogations and such are hard. So 7 and 8. Cool. 3 wounds. That sounds rather painful. Indeed. We must punish the culprit accordingly. Okay, do not listen to what she says. Judge Courtney, please continue your reasoning. Very well. She had 3 wounds. 3 wounds? You know what? Actually, I think it might be a good plan to... She did say in her testimony, that's the keycard record, to take a look at the autopsy report. So why don't we do that? That's Lotta's testimony. Well, damn, where's the autopsy? Oh, there it is. I'm so stupid. I'm gonna check that real quick. Okay. So this is what the autopsy report says. Good refresher for everybody. The victim's body was discovered in the PIC meeting room. The estimated time of death is sometime between late last night and midnight. The cause of death was stab wounds to the left chest with a candelabra. Head wound was post-mortem, burn mark on victim's hand, and the coroner was Dr. Bonnie Young. Okay. Good photo of the corpse. So it's in the left chest, and the head wound was not what killed her. So that is... Oh, the burn mark I feel like is going to be significant because of Home Slice, who keeps fucking setting random shit on fire. So keep that in mind. Sorry, I was just double checking something. Okay. Why don't you ask Sebastian instead? Of course. Sebastian knows all about it. Me? Yeah, I know everything. He's obviously lying. Sebastian, maybe you should sneak a peek at the autopsy report, you know? Let's see here. The fatal wound was caused by the candelabra. Oh, so that's how it was. The cause of the wound was just as Sebastian said. Okay, yes. She was stabbed in the heart with a 3-pronged candelabra. This we know. So the cause of death was a stab wound to the heart. Is that correct? Yes. Sorry. I was about to check it, and I was like, left side. I had to think about what side your heart's on. Anyway. Let's not review anatomy. It's pretty easy. Heart is on the left. Unless you have a condition. Actually, I had a friend in high school. He has a rare condition. Actually, he has 2 rare conditions. There's a condition where, like, your organs are facing the other way. And then there's a condition where your organs are on the other side. So, like, instead of your heart being on the left, it'd be on the right. But then there's also, like, everything has a front and a back. But, like, the other condition is that the back was facing front. He had both. So his organs were, not only was his heart on the right side, it was also backwards. It's pretty interesting. But anyway, heart is on the left. That's good to know for the facts. Autopsy report. So the cause of death was a stab wound to the heart. Is that correct? Yes. The candelabra pierced right into her heart. Since this was Dr. Young's medical opinion, it must be the truth. The coroner's medical opinion follows my own opinion. Therefore, it's perfect. I don't think Sebastian, this fucking, he's 16, right? He's really young. He's 17. Okay, whatever. This fucking teenager. I doubt this teenager who does not have a medical license. I don't think his opinion matters that much, but I digress. I certainly cannot ignore the autopsy reports, however. Hey, don't ignore my opinion. I need one of those memes. What's that meme? It's like the Real Housewives. It's like it's a interview with the Real Housewives where she's like, "That's my opinion." I need one of those, but with Sebastian's face on it. However, if the cause of death was a stab wound to the victim's chest, wouldn't it contradict that piece of evidence? Oh, they're giving me a clue. Would it though? Hold on. If it's a stab wound to the chest, I'm reviewing the autopsy. Whoops. What the hell? Why is this? Whoa, what just happened to my emulator? Whoa. Oh. I just learned that I can change. I didn't know I could do that. That is very weird. I didn't know I could change this. Anyway, what button did I press? Oh. Interesting. Okay, I didn't know I could do that with my emulator screen. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. That was news to me. I can change it to be side by side instead of front, top and bottom like a DS, or I could even put it to just one screen at a time. That's weird. Anyway, sorry about that. The victim's body was discovered. Okay, PSA meeting room. Okay, it was. Yes. The cause of death was stab wounds to the left. So it doesn't contradict the actual autopsy report, but if he's saying it would contradict a piece of evidence, what is that? What piece of evidence would that be? Maybe the letter? Where was it? No. The letter was found in her pocket, was it not? I'm trying to think of what it would actually contradict. Looking at the photo, the blood was on the left. No, that doesn't really help us there either. I'm confused. Huh. Oh, he's totally ignoring me. Justine, say something. Yes, I will not allow you to ignore my reasoning. Is there any person who could survive that injury? At the very least, we cannot be certain that she died instantly. Okay. Even if she still had a little bit of life left, I doubt she would have held on for long. Can people survive after being stabbed in the chest? In some cases, maybe they can, although maybe they can't. Huh. So at the end, which one is it? No such human exists. If you think they do, then first... Please take a close look. Can you still say the same thing? I feel like they're pointing me to look at the autopsy report. I'm going to read it really slowly. Because I feel like I'm missing something that it's probably kind of subtle because we're nearing the end of the game and they're getting a little bit more they're not as forthcoming with like rules or not rules, clues. Well, I guess rules of the whatever. Anyway, the victim's body was discovered in the PIC meeting room. Okay. That is the room that the body was discovered. The estimated time of death is sometime between late last night and midnight. Okay. That's the time of death. The cause of death was stab wounds to the left chest with the candelabra, which is evidenced by the fact that she has a 3-pronged wound. The letter that was found in her left pocket was bloody. Literally, look at the photo of the body. It's kind of obvious. Head wound was post-mortem. So, I don't know. The head wound didn't kill her, but she has a head wound. And then there's a burn mark on the victim's hand, which is weird, but she's got one. Is it the time of death? When was the photo that Lotta took taken? Is there like a timestamp on it or? Photo was taken just after the crime. But didn't we? Oh, okay. Okay, wait. She's trying to argue that the victim died instantly. But we established that the victim was the one who wore the red raincoat. And it's evidence that it's the victim based on that photo, because if you look on the photo, there's the left hand is bloodstained. The left hand is bloodstained. And if you look at the photo that is included with the autopsy report. Hold on, sorry. I'm trying to keep the screen switched. So I'm trying for the flashing and stuff. I'm trying to keep it so you guys can actually see what I'm trying to point at on the big screen instead of the little tiny screen that's above me. The left hand on the photo of the body where it was found is also bloodstained. So we can pretty much confirm that that is the victim. So she couldn't have died instantly if she was still walking around after being stabbed. Mr. Edgeworth. We'll be fine, Kay. There's nothing for you to worry about. Evidence that the victim was alive after the incident. That's what we're trying to prove here. If I can just find that, Kay will be. So, is there any person who could survive such an injury? Yes. Because... Ah, damn. The music didn't stop. I probably don't have the right... I think I'm on the right track, but I don't think I have the right statement. Damn it. Next time for sure, I will present evidence that will silence her for good. Let me find the statement now. According to the autopsy report, the stab wounds to the left chest caused the fatality. Correct. The autopsy report itself is the foundation for my reasoning. In other words, I just have to shatter that foundation, right? I don't find that amusing at all. I look forward to seeing you try. Nevertheless, please take a close look at the autopsy report before you make a rebuttal. Show me that your reasoning is not just mere conjecture. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, right. This is the end of... Okay. So, okay. I'm going to save just one more time. I'm going to save it on 7. Lucky 7. It's got to be one of the last two statements. No, I can't. There's a contradiction because of Lotta's photo? No? That was wrong? Damn it. I'm on the right track. I know I'm on the right track. As I expected, she's nothing like Sebastian. Haha. Wait, would it be this statement actually? Because this is the one that had the coroner's medical opinion. However, if the cause of the... So, it's... Is it that statement? Am I supposed to present the autopsy report? I'm confused. I know I'm on the right track. Okay, I'll try the autopsy report. Oh no! I failed. To come this far, only to lose the truth. But it seems there's nothing I can do now. Oh no. Thus, the truth was lost for all eternity. Just kidding. It's actually, we're actually fine and we're gonna go back. If it's not the autopsy report and it's not Lotta's photo, then it has to be the jacket, right? Because that's the only other thing that I feel like could be linked. Oh my god. Okay, so it wasn't that. Should I have a problem? Exactly, because there's no problem at all. In that case, you should have refrained from speaking in the first place. Yeah, that was terrible. Obviously. So I guess that wasn't the statement. Nope, that's okay. Wait a minute. When the body was found, there were 3 wounds in Miss Crane's chest. I'm sure you're well aware of what kind of wounds these were. Fatal wounds, I suppose? Yes, she was stabbed in the heart with a 3-pronged. Is there any person who could survive such an injury? Oh my god. Now, see, now I'm... The victim's fingerprints and blood were found on the hood. On the hood? Stab wounds to left chest, head wound was post-mortem. But if the blood was found on the hood, then how is the head wound post-mortem? Wait, see, now I'm confusing myself. I feel like it's right in front of me. I hope you guys aren't like screaming at me through the screen. Shit. Okay. What statement am I trying to get it on, though? We can not be certain that she died instantly. Even if she still had a little... I doubt she would have held on for long. How is that not correct, though? Okay, so that's wrong. Oh, Frankum, come on. The game is very quiet. Oh my goodness, let me fix that. It's probably because I panicked last time and turned it down. So let me crank that bad boy up. I probably accidentally clicked something too. Thank you for telling me. But bye, Angel, please. Please, I'm no angel. I'm no angel. 1% volume, oh god. I think I felt bad because last time I like blasted Isabella's. Okay. Don't embarrass me like this. Don't embarrass me like this. Isabella. I gotta. Whisper's gotta get her shit together. Okay, first of all, we never did the date with Ingridil either. So just putting that out there. Cause somebody on Forest Warden wants to get into Whisper's pants. Honestly, who doesn't? Whisper's a gem. Whisper's an absolute gem. So we haven't done the date because somebody was sleeping last time. We couldn't do the session. I'm sorry. I tease. I'm just glad that you were asleep and nothing bad. I'm sorry! You were probably really tired. Gothrin doesn't. She's very dummy. You know what? You're right. Not Gothrin. Gothrin has standards, and Whisper does not meet them. And that's fine. What was I doing? Load state. I'm gonna load this one. No. We were just really worried about you. We were glad that you were taking a nap and getting some rest because you clearly needed it. We just did one. We were just like, did we do something wrong? Ooh, get you a yummy omelet. Okay, I need to figure out what statement this is fucking... Oh shit, did I accidentally save over this state? I just saved over it too, like a load state. Well, shit. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna let it die, and I'm gonna go back to the... I lost the truth. The truth is gone. I will continue. From chapter start? No, we're gonna load it up. We're gonna load the state, cause that's not what I wanted at all. No, it's not what I wanted at all. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna start at the beginning, and I'm gonna save over again, and I'm gonna have more health this time, and I'm gonna... I don't want to be the, like... I don't want to, like, just randomly guess stuff and, like, brute force it, but I'm missing, like, a key... I don't know what statement to present it on. And actually, I'm not totally confident I even have the right piece of evidence, either. Simply not worth my time. I mean, we obviously know that Blaze is the one that killed her for some political reason, but I gotta prove it. We gotta get... Oh, here comes Midna. Everybody say hi to Midna. Midna. Oh, come here, baby. Gonna say hi to everybody? Say hi to everybody. Look over here. Oh, you're shedding all over the place, Mid. No, don't leave. Don't leave. Let me love on you. Ugh. She's been in a weird mood today, y'all. She's been in a bratty little mood. Okay. So I don't think I need to press and do everything technically. I'm gonna hold on real quick. We're gonna save over 7 and 8 again because my dumbass accidentally fucked it up. I can't present profiles. So I'm doing the raincoat first. And if the raincoat doesn't work, I'm gonna do Lotta's photo. And if that doesn't work, then I'm gonna do the autopsy report. And if those don't work, well then I'm gonna have to rethink my whole strategy. Okay, so it doesn't seem to be the raincoat. Evidence that the victim was alive after the incident. So that's our clue. Okay, I'm gonna do Lotta's photo now. Okay, so it's not Lotta's photo, and one more statement. Okay, so those are both wrong. So now, autopsy report. And now the last statement. It feels weird to contradict the statement with the autopsy report, but... Okay, so clearly I'm actually super off track, and I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. And I'm a failure, and I'm terrible at Ace Attorney games, and I should be ashamed. What the hell? According to the autopsy report, the stab wounds to the left chest caused the fatality. Correct. The autopsy report itself is the foundation for my reasoning. In other words, I just have to shatter that foundation, right? I don't find that amusing at all. I look forward to seeing you try. Nevertheless, please take a close look at the autopsy report before you make a rebuttal. Show me that your reasoning is not just mere conjecture. Very well. What am I missing? Sometimes that's like my thing about games like this. It's just like you don't know what you don't know. You can't remember something that you forgot. I mean, you can, but like you don't know that you forgot it if you forgot it. Does that make sense? Motherfucker. Okay. 3 wounds in Miss Crane's chest. Yes. Why don't you ask Sebastian instead? Of course, Sebastian knows all about it. He knows everything. Fatal wound was caused by the candelabra. I feel really bad that like I started the stream in the middle of a debate, I guess, and I clearly am having some trouble. Victim's body was discovered in the PIC meeting room. Yes, an entire death, cause of death, stab was to the left chest. Okay, but we know that the victim did not die immediately. It doesn't say in the autopsy report that the victim died immediately. It just says that the fatal wounds were the stab wounds. So we know that. We also know that for a fact that the victim had to walk around because we have a photo of it happening. Also, the incident, the actual stabbing portion of it, maybe not. Wait. Oh, fuck, now I'm confused. Okay. We established last time that the killing actually happened in the storeroom, not the PIC meeting room where the body was actually found. Which means... Was she stabbed in the storeroom? Ah! This is all twisty in my brain. Okay. So... Stabbed... with the candelabra. Yes. Oh my god. I'm out of breath. Oh my god. I'm out of breath. A blood stain was found on the hidden lift. Blood seems to have dripped down the floor below. Okay. So there's blood. Lots of blood. Lots of blood. A pool of blood. Was it left behind to hide the storeroom's existence? God, there's blood fucking everywhere. Okay, so there's blood on her hand, there's blood on the hood of the thing, there's blood on the jacket, there's blood on the letter, there's blood in the costume trunk, there's blood on the floor of the PIC meeting room, there's blood on the box, there's blood on the elevator, there's blood on the candelabra, I guess. There's blood everywhere. There's blood on the dance floor. I don't know. Fucking hell, man. Ugh, what proves that she was up and about, though? Okay. I feel like if this was like an actual crime scene, like, this is some of the things that, this is like one of the hard things about Ace Attorney, is like, obviously us as real life humans can, like, if we were in a court of law, like an actual court of law, and they had a bunch of pieces of evidence, good God. See, now I'm twisting my words. If there was actual pieces of evidence laid out on a table, we'd be able to be like, oh yeah, okay, so I can see that the jacket had blood on it, and if the jacket had blood on it, and it was blood here instead of there, then they had to have had it on after the incident, which happened at this time. But, like, in Ace Attorney, you have to be, like, super specific based on, like, the wording. So, like, even though I know that the jacket could point to that, they're asking for a different piece of evidence, because in the specific description that is written for the red raincoat, all it says is worn by the victim. Victim's fingerprints and blood were found on the hood. That's it, which means it only can be related to something that shows oh, like they're talking about the victim's fingerprints, or oh, they're gonna talk about the head wound and that's where the blood from the hood got on there. Like, specific. Obviously, we can infer she was wearing the jacket and was still very much alive and didn't die yet, but that's not what it's asking for, and that's what's frustrating. I don't know what piece of evidence they want me to use. I don't know what statement they even want me to... Blood seems found. Blood seems to drip down. No, that's not great. Okay, it's time to just eliminate shit. Like, truly just eliminate it. Literally, that's just Kay's badge. That's not gonna help us. The Jammin' Ninja mask. That's not gonna help us. The letter that Kay had. That doesn't help. The ticket stub. That just gives us a time and a place, I guess. Wait. Ticket stub used to enter the grand... Admit 1, April 4th, 1928. What is that? 7:28. Anybody good with military time? 18 is 6, right? 1800 is 6 p.m. Three is 15. 6 is 18. So 7 is 19. So 1928. 7:28 p.m. It's a student. It's probably Kay's ticket. I think that was found in Kay's possession as well. Is Kay a student? Kay has to be a student. She's like 17, right? Okay, whatever. That's irrelevant. Purple flower. A cloth decoration shaped like a purple flower, and it was on the victim's clothes. We're getting closer. It is relative to the victim. You know, it's related, but not to what we're talking about. Okay, this is just a map of the place. That doesn't help us right now. Kay's memories. Someone walked towards her from behind the stand and pushed her off the roof. That's not relevant right now. So that's not it either. The key card. It was in the victim's possession. That's not really relevant right now. Okay. The candelabra. Is it gonna give us anything? Is it gonna, like, give us some magical answer? A rare shape. Okay. That doesn't help. Is there any blood on it? Can I, like... Any... Yes, there's blood. The prongs of the candelabra matches up with the victim's wounds. Okay, that's... Alright, that doesn't help us either. So it's not that either. Autopsy report, which I've used. The keycard record just says who used it when. Doesn't matter. Or does it? Jill Craig came into the... So 12:52 a.m. Between midnight and 1 a.m. What did the autopsy report say? Time of death. Late last night and midnight. So, since it's after midnight, maybe I'll keep it in my back pocket, but it seems very unlikely that that's the piece of evidence. That the keycard record is the piece of evidence. But we'll keep it there. If it actually ends up being the keycard record, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm just gonna put that out there. I will be pissed. Okay, the victim's letter. Not really relevant right now. The conductor's clothes. All it says is that it was a white jacket with purple flower, white gloves, and a mask. That doesn't help me. Lotta's testimony. Maybe this is what I'm missing. Black market auction was being held in the Grand Tower. Items were pieces of evidence. 11 people attended. Auction continued after the murder. Sorry, out of breath again. Let me just... Maybe that one? No. Well, no. I'm gonna eliminate that piece. I don't think it's that. I don't think the stuffed animal is relevant. I don't think that one's relevant. Photo taken just after the crime, taken by Lotta, snuck into the storeroom. After the conductor and another person entered the storeroom, one of them suddenly started screaming. I feel like that's another relevant piece. But maybe, hold on, let me reread that really slowly one more time, because like I said, it's not about me being a human and being able to infer all this stuff. And of course it does end up happening like later. It's specific. It's got to be really specific. Only take what is given via the text descriptions. Photo taken just after the crime. So it's taken after the crime, which is the murder. Which means that whoever is standing in the photo was alive after the murder. It was taken by Lotta, who had snuck into the storeroom. Okay, yes. We know that. After the conductor and another person entered the storeroom, one of them started screaming. So that is what happened. It doesn't tell me if it's the victim, though, necessarily. So maybe not that one. I don't know. Clearly it was wrong because I tried. The blood stain. That's just talking about how it dripped down to the floor below, so it can't be that either. The costume trunk is just where the killer hid the victim. Oh my god. So... worn by the victim's fingerprints and blood were found on the hood. Okay, so out of all the pieces of evidence, I'm basically left with the three that I thought of. Maybe the keycard record. I'll give it a wild shot. I'm gonna just save real quick. I'm gonna save it on number 9. Let's do number 9. Well, that's 8. 8's fine. Whatever. Close enough. Okay, it wasn't the keycard record. Ah! I don't know, man. Man, I've been stuck on this a while. I'm so sorry. I'm sure this is so entertaining for you guys. I'll try it on this statement as well. Oh my god. Oh my god. I like... I might have to look it up. I'm actually like really at a loss. Because I've I'm okay. I'm pulling it up, but I'm not looking at it yet. I'm not looking at it yet. Okay. Courtney's argument. Okay, I have it pulled up, but I'm not gonna look at the answer yet. I have it pulled up, but I'm not looking at the answer yet. But I just have it just in case. I really want to try to figure this out, but I'm like struggling super hard. And maybe it's because it's been a minute, but I'm gonna press the statements again. 3 wounds. Rather painful, indeed. Obviously. Okay, now she's like, I gotta punish the person. What does she mean by what kind of wounds? You know, I'm hoping... Stabbed in the heart with a 3-pronged candelabra. So the cause of death was a stab wound to the heart. Is that correct? Yes, the candelabra pierced right into her heart. Since this was Dr. Yun's medical opinion, it must be the truth. I cannot ignore the autopsy reports. So I feel like it's trying to tell me that the autopsy report is absolutely true. Or maybe it's trying to get me to second guess how true it is. Okay, see, now it's leading me to... It's like there's a contradiction there. But what is it? What is the contradiction? If she was stabbed, that means that another piece cannot be true. Lotta's testimony? Because Lotta's testified that the auction went on after her death. I'm so lost. I thought I was on the right track, and just the more I think about it, the more confused I get. Oh my god, I'm so fucking confused. Black market auction was being held in the Grand Tower. The items up for auction for pieces of evidence from past cases. 11 people attended the event. Each one of them was wearing a mask. The auction continued even after Jill Crane's murder. That doesn't necessarily mean that she was... I'm so confused. All right, I'm looking it up. I can't. I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed. I'm pretty sure I totally presented that. Are you fucking serious? You can't be fucking serious. I'm so... Oh my god. First of all, I'm loading a state because I should have fucking more health than that. What is 1? 8? Well, I only have a little bit more health. 7? One, 2, 3. Maybe I didn't go far back enough, but I was on the right track because it was the raincoat. It was the raincoat. I was right. Oh my god. Oh, it was the wrong statements. I was presenting it on the wrong statements. Ugh. But my logic was right, so at least I at least feel good in that. I just feel terrible that I had to. Okay, I'm closing the walkthrough now. It's closed. We're not talking about it anymore. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I just couldn't. I was like so. Anyway, okay. Moving on. Now we can get on with the fucking story. An hour into the damn stream almost. All right. Jesus. Cheesus, not Jesus. Cheesus. Grilled cheesus. Okay. Chairman DeBest, do you know what this is? Seems to be a red raincoat. How about it, Courtney? The victim, Miss Crane, was wearing this earlier. Prosecutor Edgeworth, must I repeat my explanation to you all over again? I suppose it just might come to that, Judge Courtney. Answer me this. This red raincoat was stained with blood. Do you happen to remember where specifically those bloodstains were located? Of course I do. They were on the hood. Wait, it can't be.
What does this mean?
Judge Courtney, were there any other bloodstains besides the ones on the hood? None were detected. Don't you think it's strange? The victim died from a stab wound to the chest. In that case, there should have been bloodstains on the front of the raincoat. However, the only blood they found was on the hood. This is a huge contradiction. The wound on the victim's head is no ordinary wound. After all, the victim sustained this wound before she was stabbed in the chest. It does appear that way, doesn't it? The victim first suffered the head wound. If she'd already been stabbed in the chest, the raincoat would have been stained with blood. Therefore, it is unthinkable that her chest was stabbed before she suffered the head wound. So the order of the wounds would be first the head, followed by the chest. However, does that really change the situation? With this, a contradiction is born, one that overturns all of our assumptions up until now. Struggling. Is the change really that great? I look forward to hearing it. Well then, this contradiction, why don't you show it to me? With evidence. Which piece of evidence shows the contradiction that arises from the order of the wounds? I'm just gonna go ahead and save again on 6 and 7. I'm assuming the autopsy report. No, Lotta's photo. Just kidding! It was wrong!
I'm sorry, me too.
Same here. Me too. Wow, they're all hating him. Okay. It is unthinkable that her chest was stabbed before she suffered the head wound, and thus a major contradiction is born within that piece of evidence. It has to be the autopsy report, right? Like, I'm thinking too hard about it. On the contrary, Judge Courtney, if the victim sustained her head wound before she was stabbed in the chest, a huge contradiction arises. Okay, yeah. I was overthinking it. That was on me. I'm just like, I'm a little too far down the rabbit hole now, so I need to back it up, get some perspective. This is the autopsy report written by Dr. Young. According to this, the head wound was post-mortem. But that's not what the raincoat shows. Exactly. It's the exact opposite. It was pre-mortem. Bailiff, hurry and summon Dr. Bonnie Young at once. Until we hear what she has to say, we cannot close the curtains on this case.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Dr. Young is a busy person. It will take some time for her to arrive. In the meantime, let us try viewing this case from another angle. There's something that's been on my mind. One of the key figures in this case, the conductor. We still don't know who that person is.
Now that you mention it, even after our investigation, we still have no idea who it is.
The conductor has come up time and time again during this hearing. However, at this point in time, the identity remains a mystery. How about it? Do you have any ideas? I'm still not sure at the moment. However, there is someone I have in mind. A certain individual involved with the case who might know something about it.
Who's that?
Blaze de Best! I demand your testimony. Ooh, we gonna get him now.
What?
Oh, we gonna get him now.
Don't say such a stupid thing. Why would you suspect Pops?
Are you trying to cast suspicion towards the chairman of the PIC? Do you understand what that means? Status and prestige mean nothing before the truth. That man is trying to pin the crime on Kay. The evidence that was in Kay's possession, the ticket stub, the mask, the corsage, these items did not come into her possession out of her own volition. By some method, that man purposely planted them on her Good God, this man is alliterative. By some method, that man purposely planted them on her personage. It is hard to... Oh, sorry, this is Courtney. It is hard to believe such a sudden accusation, but I'll ask just in case. Why would he do that? Obviously, to direct suspicion towards Kay. I succeeded in drawing out those words from him earlier. Mr. Chairman, your response? Nothing. He's just watching his fire. He's just don't stop believing this turn of events. Are you too shocked to speak? And what of it? Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, what of it? You say that you drew out some words from me, but you don't have a shred of proof, you know? No one else heard it but you. Doesn't work like that, you see. Or do you have something else? You know, some kind of basis for your argument. This confidence, he also showed it at the cell. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I would like you to explain once more. I trust we have your permission, Mr. Chairman. But of course, I'm pretty interested in this matter myself, you know. I'd like to know just what part of me seems criminal to Edgeworth. There's no one as honest as I am, you see. How can he say that with a straight face? Let's start from the top. Let's start at the very beginning. The fact that the auction was held in this room is a cause for suspicion. This is the PIC meeting room. I imagine it would be difficult for non-members to enter. That's why all the members have key cards, you know. I think we can assume that... Oh my god. I think we can assume that multiple auctions have been held here before. Therefore, suspecting a member of the PIC would be... the best. Yes, because the conductor had to have been a PIC member. Wait, no! What was that all about? What do I do, Pops? I just helped the enemy. Me. Oh my god, I accidentally helped the enemy. I accidentally helped the enemy by being stupid in my evidence presenting. Don't let me be a lawyer. Please don't let me be a lawyer, ever. Sebastian really is an idiot, you know. But you see, Edgeworth, I'm not the only one with access, you know. Indeed, there are 11 members in the PIC. Even if we rule out the victim, Miss Crane, there are still 10 potential suspects. It's not me! But it couldn't be the chairman, right? I don't know who it is, but whoever it is, just come forward. Hopefully I got some good voices in there. Yes, everyone, just calm down, you know. Edgeworth, is that all you got? Where's the evidence to suspect me? Oh, so you've fallen silent. Well, you've gone too far, you see. I won't forgive you anymore. It's too late for regrets, you know. I'm a very important man, you see. Former chief prosecutor and chairman of the PIC. Ugh. It's fine you're not prepared to face fire, no? 'Cause you see... Either way, won't make any difference. Oh, ew, he has creepy eyes. 'Cause I'm gonna bully you. That's what he says. Alright, I'm just gonna see right here. Just be safe. We're just gonna number 1, and let's do number 2. Okay. You've been rambling on for quite a while about the most trivial details, you know? Like the location of the murder, the order of the wounds, and, what else was there? It just doesn't matter, you know? 'Cause, you see, none of that means anything, you know?
Think about it. We got the suspect herself saying she killed the victim. That's all that matters, see? She'll even get a lighter sentence with her confession, you know?
A lighter sentence.
Now then, if there are any contradictions, be my guest.
How can that be considered a testimony? There must be a contradiction somewhere.
That person. He's very important, isn't he? Mr. Edgeworth, it's all right. Let's just give up. Surely I must have killed her. I can even remember it.
Don't be tied down by your muddled memories. If you want to believe in something, believe in your own innocence. Believe in me, who believes in you. Spoken like a true defense attorney.
But
my opponent is the PIC chairman. Taking him down won't be easy. However, he has underestimated me. If I can take advantage of that... Let's give him hell, everybody. Let's give him hell! If these trivial details create contradictions in the case, we cannot call it the truth.
It's fine as long as the rest of the case makes sense, you know. Every case is gonna have a small contradiction or two, you see. But if we get bogged down by the details, we won't be able to arrest the criminal. Trials go on forever, you see. You of all people should understand, you know.
I don't. That's why I'm asking you.
Young folks these days. Anyways, you were rambling on about stuff.
Location of the murder. Oh. Let's see. The autopsy report and the questions about the conductor. Were you even listening?
Talk is cheap, you know. I was listening, you see, but I didn't think much of it, you know.
You didn't think much of it, even after I brought up all of those issues? Perhaps your judgment needs to be questioned rather than my ability as a prosecutor.
That's a good one, Edgeworth. But you see,
it just doesn't matter. Why doesn't it mean anything? It's gotta mean something, right? How can you say it doesn't matter? Are you trying to suppress the truth?
Well, you see, it simply doesn't matter as much as you say it does, you know? You see, Edgeworth, you're only saying it matters to avoid the real issue here.
He's really hammering hard on Kay's confession. It may be true she confessed, however, that does not make it the truth. She is suffering from memory loss, so we must question the credibility of her testimony. That's what he sounds like? Whoa, hold on.
Objection.
I guess. I guess. I kind of like the little country twang I gave him, though. He sounds so, like... I don't know how to describe it. Like a human version of cheesecloth. Does that make sense? Maybe that's just because the way I do his voice, that's what makes my throat feel like. It makes my throat feel like cheesecloth. Anyway.
Even if you say that, you know, it still won't solve anything. What good will it do to deny her confession? Sounds like nonsense to me. Want to try asking her again? I think she'll just say that she's the murderer again, though.
Very well. Let's try asking her again. One last time. I'd like to hear from Kay herself whether or not she is the culprit.
Huh? From me? Will that be all right? If this goes poorly, it would be quite unfavorable for you.
I do not mind. However, I shall ask Kay the question myself.
I'm moved to tears, you know. Oh, how touching, you know, how very touching. Fine, then. I'll let you ask her. However, I have one condition. If all this proves to be a waste of time... then that will be the end of it. How's that sound?
The end of the hearing?
Yes, it seems you can be smart once in a while, Sebastian. In other words, see, if she confesses again, Kay Faraday will be found beyond a shadow of a doubt guilty. Yup, it's a fine idea.
Wow, I like how they did the actual like guilty spell out effect like they do in Ace Attorney. Guilty. Beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, that's right.
That's harsh. But either way, if I do nothing, she'll be declared guilty. Kay! Yes? I know what I'm asking of you is unreasonable, but please, I want you to answer me. It doesn't matter how tiny it is. Do you remember anything? Anything that would prove your innocence? Why? Why would you go that far for me? I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm too scared to remember. Because I might have done something even worse. If that were the case, I would only make things worse for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Kay Faraday must have been a despicable criminal. Someone who betrayed your trust. Don't worry. We've only known each other for a short while. But I know you very well. I'd even say I know you better than yourself, now that you've lost your memories. You cannot possibly be the culprit, because your true identity is... the Yatagarasu? The great thief Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu was a noble thief who would never stoop to murder. No, it's useless. After all, no matter what, that memory still remains. This image that's stuck in my head, I just can't get rid of it. That means I must have... There's no clear evidence to prove that you're the culprit besides your own confession. Remember what I said? You must believe in yourself. Or perhaps you cannot trust my words? No, that's not it. It's because you are trying to save someone like me. You've already lost so much, all for my sake. I can't bear it anymore. Please, please just give up. I see now. I thought it was strange. The reason you were acting like you wanted to be found guilty... Wait, what? If this motherfucker is trying to tell me that that is actually not Kay, and that she actually hasn't lost her memory... Okay, I thought this was gonna be like she's actually Kay in disguise, or this isn't Kay, she's been replaced with an imposter. Okay, that's better. That's way better. I was about to be real angry. Anyway, was because you were concerned about me. That is just like you, Kay. It's because you're a good person, Mr. Edgeworth. Unfortunately, I may fall short of your expectations. I'm not trying to be a good person. No matter how much you may want me to give up, I'll keep trying to save you. That is the nature of who I am. Whether or not it is a burden for you is none of my concern. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. Kay, believe in yourself once more. You are a noble, great thief. What you should be doubting is your memory of committing the murder. That is my wish above all else. Please. Kay! God, they really went hard on that sprite animation. Anyway. What is it? Did you remember something?
If she remembers something now, it'd be like a bad movie.
Bull. Bullshit! I'm just kidding. Bull? What? Bull? Prosecutor Edgeworth, please ask her to clarify. Well, Kay? What do you mean by bull? I remember now! The person in the red raincoat had that with her. The stuffed bull doll! I'm certain of it! Is that true, defendant? Yes, Your Honor. The court hereby accepts the defendant's statement as a new piece of testimony. He sounds like the human. He sounds like human cheesecloth. Quit messing around, Courtney. Testimony like that cannot be accepted, you know. Your objection has been noted, sir. However, testimony about the victim's belongings has been lacking up until now. Objection. Nevertheless, you know, her vague memories cannot be trusted, you know. Her memories are vague. That would be bad for us as well. Didn't you say this earlier yourself, Mr. Chairman? Since we have the suspect's confession, we don't need to worry about the trivial details. If we decide to doubt her memories... Courtney is absolutely, like, playing double agent right now, and I'm living for it. Then we must also doubt her confession, which is the main foundation of our case. Are you willing to do that, sir? You're right. Well, never mind then. I shall leave it to you. Thank you very much. We did it. It was touch and go for a while there, though. However, those words of Judge Courtney just now... It almost feels as if she's on our side. Is this the flip, the turnabout, where the prosecutor that we've hated this whole time becomes a lovable character that we cannot live without? Is it time? Is it the moment? Is it? Because I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. Also, I love Courtney. I love to hate her, but I also... God, she's great. She's just great. She's just great. Prosecutor Edgeworth, do you know anything about this stuffed animal? The stuffed animal Kay spoke of must have been this. We found it in the storeroom. It is believed to be one of the items for the auction. It's the little one-horned bull. It's really cute. I kind of want one, actually. This is... Do you know something about it, Justine? No, it's just a bit different from what I imagined. Indeed, it's certainly not what I would have expected the victim to be carrying. Let's examine every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Classic. Alright, we'll give it a good zoom in. Got a nice little... maybe in the horn. The right horn seems to be fine, but the entire balance feels a bit off. This horn, it looks like you can move it. What? Okay. What was that buzzing sound? It seems this toy is equipped with a recording device. Oh, talk about a boon. Wow. If this actually recorded stuff. Oh, he nervous. I knew who you were right away. I don't know who's speaking. You can't hide that burn from me. Silence, huh? I've been waiting for my chance to get revenge all this time. Is this the moment of the murder? Who could have oh my god. Who could have recorded something like this? This is... There ain't no doubt about it. This here is what I heard. We cannot verify when these voices... Oh my god. We cannot verify when these voices were recorded. It's also possible that they aren't related to the case at all. If only we had some video as well. That's hogwash. I'm telling you that right there. That was the conversation that I heard. The victim was holding on to it, right? I reckon it must have been recording when she got attacked. That certainly is a possibility. However, your testimony alone is insufficient. I require something with a little more credibility. Again, her words, it almost sounds like if she's trying to give me advice. Judge Courtney, there's no mistake that those voices were from the incident. Please recall the audio that was recorded by the stuffed animal. I knew who you were right away. You can't hide that burn from me. If we compare this part of the recording with a certain piece of evidence, we can prove it. Would it be... Oh, God. The photo, I guess? Oh, shit, that's wrong. Prove that the voices were recorded during the incident. Recorded by the stuffed animal. That's the autopsy report because it noted that she had a burn on her hand, right? The autopsy report? And exactly what part of the autopsy report shows that? Oh my god, it's really gonna make me point this shit out. Holy shit, okay. The burn mark on the victim's hand, right? I mean, obviously this is correct because he's like, it took him away. It's not just... I remember clearly what the voice said. You can't hide that burn mark. On the victim's hand, there was a burn mark.
Indeed, it just happened to match up, you see. But what of it?
According to case testimony, the victim had been holding the stuffed animal, and it just happened to record a characteristic of the victim, namely the burn. That's just a coincidence. I mean, it could happen, right? Overruled. I do not think so. It is hard to believe that all of this is simply a coincidence. The voices on the stuffed animal were most likely recorded during the incident. One of these voices must belong to the true culprit. From what we've heard, it must have been the one who was doing most of the talking. But what's the point? In the end, we still can't tell their gender or identity, you know. Indeed, because they had been using voice changers, it can't be helped. It seems the situation has become quite clear. The conversation Miss Hart overheard was between the culprit and Miss Crane. That's what I've been telling you from the start. And from this, we will understand a new fact. Please enlighten us, then. I trust you have no objections, Mr. Chairman.
Do what you want.
According to Miss Hart's testimony just before the incident, 2 people came up from the auction hall using the lift. It must have been the conductor and one of the auction guests. They probably went there to settle the payment after winning the bid. And then, it was there that the crime was carried out. Since the auction continued after the crime took place, we are led to a single truth. I'm gonna save because I'm scared. Save state 1. The culprit is the conductor. Okay, cool, the music stopped. That was correct. Since the conductor was the only one who could keep the auction going, we can conclude that the deceased victim could not have been the conductor. Justine, please be quiet here, okay? If the conductor was not the victim, then they must have been the culprit. Please wait. That alone is insufficient. Of course, even I do not intend to rely only upon the process of elimination. He got real quiet. Oh, he can't light his lighter. Oh. Certain traces left at the crime scene led me to believe that the culprit is the conductor.
Well then, please show it to us.
What were the traces left at the crime scene that led me to deduce the culprit is the conductor? Give me a second. Shit. The mask? The box? This? Nope, just kidding. Oops. If the culprit was the conductor, they would have wanted to hide something. Their face? I mean, I thought they wanted to hide the body, which is why I selected the trunk, but okay. I guess the mask. That was wrong. Okay. See, that's how we're gonna load. I'm gonna save too. So, is it the bunch of face masks? Like, I'm confused. Okay, so it wasn't that either. If the culprit was the conductor, they would have wanted to hide something. I just have to present that. The... Okay. The bloodstains? I guess? There it is. Okay, I'm sorry. I was on a whole different train of thought. They wanted to hide the existence of the storeroom. So they purposely... Okay. Duh. I'm an idiot. Okay. The culprit purposely left a large amount of blood in the meeting room. In doing so, we were led to believe the meeting room had been the scene of the crime. It was a ruse by the true culprit to hide the blood that had fallen from the storeroom. So we wouldn't find out about the existence of the black market auction, correct? Indeed. If the culprit had been unrelated to the auction, there would have been no need to do such a thing. Ergo, the culprit could have only been the conductor. Well then, do you have any idea as to who the conductor might possibly be? The auction hall at the PIC meeting room... Oh, sorry. The auction hall is at the PIC meeting room, and furthermore, there is a storeroom above it. The conductor must have been, at the very least, a member of the PIC.
So, in other words, you suspect me, I take it?
Isn't it natural to suspect you, the one with the most authority in the PIC?
You are quite capable, I'll give you that much at least. But you know, like I said before, you're far too naive. You have nothing, you know. There's no evidence that proves I'm the culprit, you see? If by some chance you do have evidence, then why don't you present it?
Do I have evidence that Blaze is the culprit? I'm gonna save right here, just so I'm safe later. Yeah. Ooh. And this has been Brianna with Breezel bits on my lights. Give me a second. My ring lights are bright. All right. My ring lights are on a very what's the word? Precarious setup. They are a light tap is enough to just knock the circuit out of the wall. Anywho, I was gonna make a joke about Bree's greatest hits, but yes. Yay! Congrats! Yes, everybody, say hi. Yes, everybody in chat. If you there, congrats to Ren Camo for the date. I'm sure it's gonna go great. I hope it goes great. Hype in the chat. I'm gonna put hype in chat. Hype in chat. Hype. Boop. A hype for you. I'm so glad for you. A smooch a hot MV. Oh, smooch that hot MV. Give him a big old smooch. Give him a big old smooch. I am trying to. There it goes. Pressing buttons. Where are you gonna go? Are you gonna go on dinner? BRB. You know what? I need some more sparkling water. So. Okay. Do I have evidence that Blaze is the culprit? I have it! No, there is evidence. Evidence that you were the culprit.
Oh, then why don't you show it to me, the so-called evidence?
Blaze DeBest, this piece of evidence proves that you're the culprit. Do. Is it the autopsy report? I don't know if it's. I don't actually know if I have the. I don't know if I actually have the. Please get to Miss Craney. Please get revenge for 12 years ago. I actually don't know if I have evidence. Promise you must preface memory. Is it? I think it's. I personally think it's the autopsy report that says burn mark because Home Slice keeps using his lighter. So I'm gonna say autopsy report. That's wrong. That is incorrect. I mean, it doesn't look like it's related at all. That was wrong. So maybe I don't have evidence? Hold on. Has to be the culprit. However, do I have any evidence to prove it? Maybe I don't have it? Blaze himself has suggested that he is the criminal. So, trying to raise my chair up, but I can't find the lever. Ugh, I'll find it later. I feel like I'm just so much shorter when I'm not sitting on my knees, and I need to stop sitting on my knees. I need to have good posture. Anyway, he's been showing that strange self-confidence for a while now, He knows that there's not a single piece of evidence left behind to incriminate him. Okay, yeah, I got a little cocky. Things got rocky.
You play with fire, you're gonna get burned, Edgeworth. Just kidding. I always wanted to say that, you know. Well then, Courtney.
Hold it. Oh. I reckon I just remember something too. What? You throw off your memories? No, that ain't it. It's just something that popped into my head right now. Very well. Please tell us. Human cheesecloth. Human cheesecloth. I swear to God.
Courtney, could you tell me what you're doing?
Prosecutor Edgeworth will not give up until we have destroyed every last possibility. I'm destroying every possibility, so that he will never oppose us again. Justin, I don't really know what's going on, but well said. Perhaps I'm gonna help too. After all, he is the one who's wrong.
Fine then. Let's hear what he has to say.
I'm hearing noises. I'm just gonna real quick double check to make sure my door's locked. I will be right back. Okay, door's locked. Door is locked. Things are fine. I'm paranoid. It's probably just noises from like neighbors, and also it's raining kind of hard right now, so it might be just creaks and bumps in the building. Anywho, well then, Miss Hart, please proceed.
Sure thing. Just leave it to me.
Please make sure you only tell the truth. Ain't that a matter of course? I'm a bona fide journalist of justice, you know? Somehow I feel uneasy. Y'all saying the culprit was a conductor, right? That means the victim was a customer. Now, here's where it gets a mite strange. You see, there were 11 people at the auction. When the auction continued after the incident, I went straight on over and snuck a peek down below. You don't mean? That's exactly what I mean. All 11 people were still there, present and accounted for. Midna, you gotta stop jumping on the desk. Are you sure about that? Sure, I'm sure. I saw my own 2 eyes. So it started with 11 people, and there were still 11 people after the murder. Was it a ghost?
You know, Sebastian, normally a prosecutor would call that a contradiction, you know?
Were there really no changes in the auction at all? Really, I'm telling you, the auction went on just like normal. But there was one itty-bitty thing, though. What was it? You know those hammers you always see at an auction? Like the one that lady is using over there. A gavel. An auction gavel, perhaps. Yep, that's the one. All of a sudden, I couldn't hear the sound no more. It'd been banging away just prior to it. The sound of the gavel. Does that have anything to do with the case? Ooh, is there a missing gavel somewhere? How fitting. I just realized that I can't believe it's taking me this long to realize it, but I just realized that just in that little testimony that Lotta did, they used the clip of the gavel from like other Ace Attorney games, and it's kind of a click sound. But when Justine swings her gavel, because it's like a fucking full-length mallet, it's like a whoop-bump. Like, they really intensified it because she's intense. Anyway, if Miss Hart's testimony is the truth, then this matter has taken a grave turn. If the victim was neither the conductor nor a customer, the very foundation of Prosecutor Edgeworth's reasoning would collapse. Oh, that's not good. Justice prevails, as they say. I hope you learned your lesson, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, there really is nothing we can do. It's not over yet. Some mysteries still remain. I have to think. If I don't, then Kay will be... Did you get the answer you wanted this time? Well then, a deal's a deal. Please wait, Mr. Chairman. I believe it's still too early to make a judgment. There's still a few mysteries left in this case. Until we have solved them all, we cannot call this a complete victory. She's stalling! Isn't that right, Prosecutor Edgeworth? I was expecting you to shout. Hold it! Like you always do. Yes, of course. Once again, Judge Courtney has come to my aid. Well then, what is it? What sort of mysteries are left? Well, of course, there's the contradiction in the autopsy report. That kind of thing. I brought her in.
What's wrong? Why were we suddenly called here? Did someone suddenly get sick? I'll begin preparing a compress stat. Ouch! What'd you call me here for? Did something happen?
You know what? I think I'm gonna switch her voice. Instead of having it be like the little girl's voice every time, I'm gonna pretend that she does an old lady voice just so I can give some breakup between having to like, cause it's gonna get rough. Dr. Young, Miss Jensen, you have my gratitude for taking the trouble to come here. This won't take long, so please, relax.
Tell me what in the blazes is going on.
Of course. We called you here because something came up. I went a little too Whisper Silverblood there for a T&D character. Anyway, Judge Courtney, just what are you planning? Bonnie Young, under the divine rule of law, please answer truthfully. There were no mistakes in your autopsy report, correct?
Gertie would never make a mistake.
That's certainly strange.
Huh? What's strange?
This court has found an error in Dr. Young's autopsy report. Dr. Young, please tell the truth. Did you falsify the autopsy report?
That's terrible. How can you accuse her of that?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Why would I do such a thing in the first place?
To protect the true culprit, of course.
What you talking about? I would never do such a thing.
How strange. In that case, why would there be an error in the autopsy report, I wonder? Prosecutor Edgeworth, what do you think? Oh, I expected you to press into her statement like you normally do. Why is she taking control of the situation and trying to help me? I don't know what her goal is, but I must play along. I still don't have my prosecutor's badge. I'm doing all this work and I still don't have it. If the autopsy report you gave to Sebastian had been authentic, then the error should not have been in there. Wait a minute, I didn't do anything. That is what we will figure out from this point on. Firstly, Dr. Young, I'd like to hear your testimony.
Why do you want to hear her testimony? It would be pointless.
I will be the one who decides whether or not it is pointless, not you.
There are patients waiting for us. But Grant, ouch! Anyways, we don't have time for this.
Is there any way I could convince you? This is of the utmost importance.
Mr. Miles Edgeworth, Granny says she'll testify. So please, try to finish this quickly. If we don't return soon, there will be people in terrible suffering.
And yet, you were lollygagging about the viewing platform earlier. I promise you, this won't take long. Only if she tells me the truth, of course. Error in the autopsy report.
There are no mistakes in Granny's autopsy reports.
I've been working with corpses longer than you've been alive. There's no way I'd make a mistake in writing the autopsy report. Ouch! I've got nothing to gain from falsifying the autopsy report.
Is what she says. See, there's nothing strange at all.
Yes, that's right, you know. There's no way she would falsify it, see?
Under the name of the goddess of law, do you swear that this testimony is the truth?
Of course, Granny would never tell a lie.
We were asking Dr. Young. We do not need to hear from a third party.
I'm not a third party. I'm on Granny's side.
If you raise an objection to my testimony, you'd best prepare yourself, you ex-prosecutor.
I will definitely expose the contradiction in the autopsy report. And I will do it by saving right now, before I make a horrible error. So, you're saying there's no way Dr. Young could have made a mistake?
Of course, doctors can't afford to make mistakes. This is a world where just one misdiagnosis can end a long career. I know that my Granny, at least, would never.
If I did something like that, you'd think they'd still let me run a hospital?
Okay. I like her little faces. Anyway, sorry, I was getting distracted. So in your long career, you've never once made a mistake?
A doctor's only... I'm sorry. A doctor's only as good as the...
Fucking hell.
A doctor's only as good as the length of their track record.
If we're just talking about a lengthy track record, that former chief prosecutor has one too. And yet, his actual abilities don't seem to measure up. I hope that you're not the same as well.
Ouch. That's a low blow, you know. But you know, Edgeworth, I don't make mistakes either, you see. Because, you see, before I can make a mistake, those around me will have already made it. See, I don't have time for mistakes. It's quite amazing, you know. Must be karma. You can't compare a chief prosecutor with a doctor. You really can't.
She hit her daughter, so... The victim wore this raincoat after suffering a blow to the head, and yet there was not a single drop of blood on the front of the raincoat. Therefore, it is impossible for the head wound to have been post-mortem.
Well, that's... Ouch!
I don't need you to tell me that. That's what I wrote down from the very beginning.
The autopsy report says the head wound was post-mortem. That's completely different.
Yeah.
I feel like the granddaughter messed it up.
I relayed to Karen what to put down in the autopsy report. After that, it was none of my beeswax.
Relayed to Karen? Please elaborate on that. I would like to verify once again what you saw when you examined the body.
Like we said, ouch! Oh, well, about that.
She was done in by a thump to her noggin.
Oh, dear. Dr. Young, do you know when that happened?
Before she died, of course, the wounds on her chest were post-mortem.
Oh, this is like so reversed.
That's what I relayed to Karen, so that's what should have been written in the report.
She switched them. That's what you relayed to her, huh? I'm finally beginning to see the truth. Alright, so the whole autopsy report is totally reversed. Wait, are you serious? No, that was my last thing of health! Wait. Oh, the music stopped. Oh my god, I thought that was wrong for a second and I was about to be so upset. Oh, Minna, did I scare you, baby? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, kitty. I'm so sorry. Alright, sit right here. Oh my gosh. Dr. Young, please confirm what this autopsy report says with your own eyes.
I'll read it out for you. Ouch!
Oh, she's sweating now. Oh, she's so pissed at her granddaughter.
This autopsy report wasn't written by me.
What? What do you mean? Can y'all stop hitting each other, please?
I don't know. But, Granny, I can't say that.
Oh no, she totally got it wrong. Miss Jensen, if you're trying to keep the truth in the dark, then in place of the goddess of law, I shall hear your confession. Judge Corney is talking with Dr. Young in private. What? Is that true? Understood. I shall convey your words to everyone else, Dr. Young.
I properly relayed the autopsy report only to that child. It seems my granddaughter must have mucked it up when she was writing it down.
Wow, she mimicked her voice perfectly. Okay, I really did try. I was trying to do Justine doing the granny's voice, which was like kind of weird. Anywho, there was no need for her to go that far though. In other words, the contents of the autopsy report had been falsified. By your hand, Miss Jensen.
Oh,
With that, we've proven that the wound on her head came first, followed by her chest wound. Miss Jensen, why did you falsify the autopsy report?
Hold on a second. She never said she falsified it, you know. She just made a teeny tiny mistake when she wrote it down. Post-mortem and ante-mortem sound kind of similar, you know.
They are complete opposites. That is the very definition of falsification. Miss Jensen, why would you lie?
Kay, ouch!
Oh god.
Now I want you to tell me too, why would you do something like that? Granny, but
Because you falsified the autopsy report, Kay fell under suspicion. Tell me why you did it.
I can't say. I just can't say it.
Not, I don't want to say, but I can't say.
You're all a bunch of bullies, you know. Ganging up on this poor girl who loves her grandmother so. She's totally unrelated to this. I think we can forgive her for one tiny mistake.
That won't do. Aren't you the one with the most to lose if she testifies?
What are you saying? See, as a former prosecutor, you'll have to speak a little more clearly, you know.
Very well, as you wish. I shall answer clearly. Miss Jensen played an essential role in this case. She was an accomplice! Miss Jensen falsified the autopsy report in order to assist the true culprit.
Ouch!
This girl is an accomplice? What's your basis for that claim?
It was impossible for a single person to commit this crime in the first place. The crime could not have been committed without at least two people, namely because the report couldn't have been faked. I'm gonna save because I'm not super confident. If there was no accomplice, the autopsy report could not have been falsified.
Mr. Edgeworth, although that might be true, isn't that a little weak as the basis for there being an accomplice?
Ah, see, yeah, see, that's why I was scared of it. I was like, it's true, but, the number of people wouldn't match for the auction. If the conductor was the culprit and one of the auction guests was the victim, it would contradict the witness's testimony that there were 11 people at the incident. What now? You got a problem with my testimony? Not at all. Rather, it is because I believe your testimony. That's why an accomplice must exist.
So, you still won't admit that your reason is wrong.
Up until now, we had not even considered the possibility of an accomplice. However, if there had been an accomplice, it changes the entire story completely. If the accomplice took the murder auction guest's place... Did I say murder auction? Murdered auction guests. The murder auction, where you auction off murders. I don't know. Anyway, then the number of people remains 11. This one goes up to 11.
Oh, I see now. So that's what you're thinking. But you know, wouldn't that have been quickly discovered?
Miss Jensen and the victim have similar physiques. If she wore the victim's mask, she could have easily taken her place. Miss Jensen, did you switch places with the victim?
I wouldn't.
Who was the conductor? In other words, tell me who was the true culprit.
I can't. I mean, that would also cause trouble for Granny. Ah, ouch. But Granny... I will accept whatever wrongs you may have done. Just tell me everything. Granny!
Popped her head like a balloon. As I thought, it appears you really were the accomplice. Miss Jensen, why? Miss Jensen, would you please tell us?
Yes. It's okay, Granny. I'm fine now. I switched places with the victim, Miss Crane.
So you admit to being the conductor's accomplice?
Yes, I helped out the conductor. I don't really know why, but for some reason, the conductor was expecting to be attacked by Miss Crane.
The conductor expected an attack from the victim?
They were so sure it was going to happen that they came up with a plan to counter it. A way to beat the victim at her own game, and that's when I was called in. I was told to wait in the storeroom before the auction began.
Whoa there, you ain't fooling my eyes. If you were waiting in the storeroom, I reckon I would have bumped into you. After all, I've been up in that storeroom the entire auction.
I'm telling the truth.
I wonder about that, you know. Can we really believe a girl who would falsify a report?
There should have been many places to hide in that storeroom.
Then by all means, tell me, where did our little nurse hide?
I'm assuming the box, but I'm gonna just save real quick. It's the culprit in a box. She hid inside this costume trunk.
A costume trunk, eh?
Now that you mention it, that box was already there before I snuck in. I figured I would hide in there myself, but it was wrapped up nice and tight with a chain. And it was locked, too, so I had to give it up. I suspect that when you sneaked into the room, Miss Jensen was already inside the trunk.
Yes, it would have been bad if one of the guests from the auction had opened the lid. After instructing me to hide inside, the conductor wrapped a chain around the costume trunk. I think they went downstairs using the lift shortly thereafter. It was right before the auction.
So then when the auction began, only you and Miss Hart were in the storeroom.
Yes, that should be right.
The auction had been going on as usual, but when a certain participant made the winning bid, the conductor committed the crime. Miss Hart must have heard the altercation that occurred then. You betcha! I was trembling behind that there statue the whole time, though. Following the altercation, Jill Crane was murdered. After killing Jill Crane, the conductor carried her body to the costume trunk. And Miss Jensen, who had been hiding in the trunk, was made to take Miss Crane's place. The victim's body was placed inside the costume trunk. The conductor then took Miss Jensen, who had been made to look like Jill Crane, and returned to the auction hall as if nothing had happened. Was this roughly what happened in the storeroom during the incident?
Yes, that's right.
Pulling the old switcheroo with one of the auction guests. Ain't that impossible? That gal and the murder victim are two completely different people, you know. Don't you reckon one of the other participants would have noticed and caused a ruckus? No, not at all. The reason they didn't notice the switch was because she stole the victim's clothes, right? I'm really scared because I really am on my last try, so. From what I can tell, Miss Jensen and the victim appear to have a similar physique. Furthermore, there was a rule requiring a mask to be worn during the auction. If their clothes were the same, I doubt anyone would have noticed she was a different person.
Yes, I blended right in. I borrowed Miss Crane's clothes and... Ouch!
You mustn't embarrass the dead like that.
I know. I also thought it was pretty heartless to leave her exposed like that. So when the conductor wasn't looking, I covered her up in the raincoat that was up for auction.
Jesus. So she was the one who put the red raincoat on the victim. And then the auction resumed as if nothing had happened. I reckon I took the picture of her in the red raincoat after that. That'd make all the facts line up. After I took the photo, I went over to the lift to sneak a peek down below. I witnessed the 11 participants, and then I hightailed it back behind the statue. Don't tell me. You were hiding there the entire time until we found you? Nah, that's... How should I put it? What is it? Did something happen? I didn't mention it before, but after that I might have dozed off a little. To be more precise, I fainted? Well, something like that. So something did happen. It ain't no big deal. Kinda embarrassing to say, though. There was this huge thump all of a sudden. I was a little surprised by that. It was right after I had just witnessed a murder, so I was shaking in my boots. My heart sort of tightened up, and I was off to La La Land. When I woke up, it was already the next day, around the time y'all came by the storeroom. I see, so there was a large sound. Miss Hart, I take it you do not know what transpired in the storeroom beyond this point. I guess. But after the auction, all the masks were properly returned. So I reckon the participants had exited through the storeroom, just like I done said. Miss Jensen, what were your actions after the auction resumed?
I took the victim's place and participated in the auction. The conductor instructed me to win the bid for the costume trunk, because the body was inside it. It would have been bad if another auction guest had won the bid for it.
You didn't realize the box was empty?
No, we only found out when I came up to the storeroom to pay the bill. The conductor was with me and told me to go search for her immediately. And then I found another girl collapsed in front of the ladder.
Kay.
Yes, she probably fell down from the roof and lost consciousness.
Maybe the victim left the hatch open when she went up to the rooftop. I understand now. Kay was surprised at seeing the collapsed victim and did not notice the open hatch. She must have missed her footing and fell down into the storeroom. So she wasn't pushed at all. No, I feel like she was, though. Was she? I don't know. Miss Hart, I have determined the sound that made you faint It was likely the sound of Kay falling onto the storeroom floor. That might have been it, though I reckon it'd be kind of pathetic to faint over something like that. When Miss Jensen found the unconscious Kay, Miss Hart was also unconscious behind the statue. The situation is becoming clearer to me. Miss Jensen, please continue your story.
After I found Kay and the victim, I put them both in the trunk. If the customers at the auction found out, there would have been a huge commotion.
Was this an order from the conductor as well?
Yes, it was. But since I secretly decided to put the raincoat on Miss Crane, I had to dispose of the raincoat without the conductor noticing.
So the conductor didn't anticipate the raincoat becoming another piece of evidence.
And finally, we dressed Miss Crane in a spare conductor's outfit.
I see. In doing so, you made the victim appear as if she was the conductor.
In the end, the auction ended without anyone noticing anything.
Miss Jensen, your crimes have become clear. If you know anything else, please hold nothing back.
I want to help you more, but that's all I know. If I had to say, there's just one thing that bothers me. When I took Miss Crane's place, I borrowed her clothes. But there was no way for me to borrow her hair.
Ouch!
What kind of coroner's assistant goes around stealing a corpse's hair?
I would think that robbing the deceased of their clothes would be questionable enough.
Both the color and the length of our hair is different, so I was worried about how to disguise it. However, the conductor even had a wig prepared for me. In fact, he had 2 of them. Inside the costume trunk, there was both a straight wig and a wavy wig.
2 wigs. Why were there 2?
Who knows? Maybe it was a precaution in case the victim had changed her hairstyle. I ended up using the straight wig to match Miss Crane's hair.
So that means the wavy wig was left unused. Well, we never found a wavy wig. Interesting. Is that really all you know?
Yes. Yep, that's really all I know.
So that means you don't know who the conductor is.
I'm sorry. I only knew that person as the auction conductor. I never saw that person without a mask on. The conductor seemed to be on guard toward everybody.
At this rate.
Edgeworth, is that all you got? Even if that little nurse is an accomplice, it changes absolutely nothing, you know? In the end, the true culprit is still Kay Faraday. All you did was add another criminal, you know? Rule of law cannot be overturned, at least not for your sake.
Is this as far as I go? Am I unable to save Kay? And now I will leave you on a cliffhanger. Find out next week on Dragon Ball Z. I'm gonna creating a few save states 1, 2, and 3, and I think I'm gonna end it here for tonight. I'm excited to get to the end. We're so close. I feel like we're so close to finding out how we're gonna basically prove that Bernie MacGyver McGee beard goggles the best, the worst, that he's absolutely the culprit. We know that he is. We just have to prove it. But thank you guys for tuning in to another Monday stream. I will be streaming again on Wednesday at 7 p.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. I'll be doing some digital art, so come by and chill. I might make it no camera, but we'll see. We'll see how I feel. But follow me on Twitter for any updates like that, or you can also follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting art and stuff there. What else? YouTube has my VODs. I just updated all of them, so we should be pretty much all caught up with VODs if you want to check through my archive. Obviously, there's archives on here, but if you want to go further back, lots of stuff there. But thank you guys so much, and I will see you all next time. Hope you have a good night, day, whatever time it is. Bye.